really, talking about technology there, not the price. So that is the reason why probably we are able to sell there.
म्हणजे चॅलेंज शोधत शोधत आणि पूर्ण करत करत तुम्ही ग्रो झालात
Yes,
असं म्हणता
yes,
येईल.
absolutely, absolutely. And so today we have a office in China, not today, since 2009. We are operating in China in a very good way आणि US मध्ये आपलं टेक सेंटर एक आहे.
वंडरफुल. वेगळा प्रश्न, तुम्ही आणि मिलिंदजी दोघंही इंजिनियर्स आणि व्यवसायात सर्व तऱ्हेची डिपार्टमेंट सांभाळायला लागतात, सर्व डिसिप्लिन्समध्ये काम करायला लागतं. त्याची तुम्ही दोघांमध्ये तुमची विभागणी कशी काय केली?
Yes, interesting. So, my journey has traveled from highly technical job, म्हणजे मी ड्रॉइंग बोर्डवरती मशीन्स डिझाईन केलेली आहेत जेव्हा कॅड कॅम नव्हतं त्यावेळेस. सो आय स्टार्टेड माय करिअर इन द डिझाईन. मग त्यावेळेस जे काही समोर यायचं ते आम्ही इनोव्हेट करायचो, फ्रँकली स्पीकिंग. म्हणजे असंही मशीन बनवलं की जे बॅड सीड्समधनं गुड सीड्स बाजूला काढेल, असं काही खूप वेगवेगळ्या गोष्टी करायचो. मग एक 5-6 वर्षात माझ्या लक्षात आलं की हे काही खरं नाही. म्हणजे यू विल कीप ऑन डुईंग R&D, बट व्हॉट अबाउट द कमर्शियल्स. मग अशी कोणीतरी इनोव्हेशनचं ज्यांना अवॉर्ड मिळालं ते म्हणाले की नाव आय वूड स्टार्ट माय एंटरप्रिन्युअर जर्नी. सो I realized that we need to start our entrepreneur journey, and we cannot just innovate the products, but we need to find customers who need similar products. So जसं आम्ही आता पहिलं मशीन निर्लेपचं केलं, तर जर कस्टमर आला तर आपण करायचं असं न ठेवता प्रोॲक्टिव्हली मार्केटिंग करायला पाहिजे. हे लक्षात आल्यावर I switched over to marketing because probably my nature is outgoing. So marketing and reaching out to the customer, understanding what they do and what they need was taken up by me. So it was I think our jobs were carved out with little bit mix and match. म्हणजे my job, though I'm doing marketing, it is highly technical because understanding what customer needs and then tailor making the quotation is quite crucial to making the profits for the company. So it was a crucial job which I took up. Yeah, Milind likes to be with the machines, so he cannot leave the machines. So he is mostly, currently he is working on the designs, new designs of the machines, and also marketing outside, like in China, for example.
ओके.
So see, in our case, because what we are giving is a big project, so finding a customer is a one part of it. But then understanding what really they want and articulating it to in-depth detail, this
Yeah.
is a big job. And that is what Milind is into. And
Okay.
so he goes to China. For example, we sold our first machine to General Motors in China, General Motor Auto OEM in
Yeah.
China in 2010. And when their RFQ came to us, it was at least 100 pages.
माय गॉड.
RFQ, request for quotation. The machine was crankshaft micro finishing machine, right? We were selling these machines to Bharat Forge without reading 100 pages. Right? We used to give them machine of our own design and choice, what we need to use in the machine, etc. I mean, the machine is big. So the machine was completely designed by us, selected by us. Whereas here there were 100 pages of what they want from the machine. Again, see, this is something which our Indian industry should learn.
Yeah.
I talk about it on machine tool platforms, that in our country what happens is somebody buys a machine, and then some other departments, when the machine arrives at their end, they say, oh, what is this? Who has ordered this? We wanted this. you know. So formulating the RFQ in a good way is a evolved process.
Yeah.
It is, we have to learn it, and Chinese have mastered it.
Okay.
Because when we approach the Chinese companies, even tier one companies, they do good amount of elaboration. They sit together before they order the machine, not after the machine is ready and saying that instead of this, I wanted that, which is a problem for both the partners.
Yeah.
So we had to learn, we could learn a lot from all these interactions. I think the growth of Grindmaster has happened because we attempted to satisfy such customers.
Yes, excellent.
Otherwise we would have lived in the smaller segment, in the smaller world. But because we wanted to export to Nissan in Japan, for example, again, I must say that a company like Nissan in Japan does not have any other Indian equipment.
Wow.
Only Grindmaster machine is there. All other machines are Japanese. So it is a passion. I mean, wanting to do that, that's all. I mean, if you ask me why at all you went and did that. So
Yeah.
it is, the answer is just because we wanted to. Or just because we had a passion, we said if we are supplying to Bharat Forge in India, who makes the crankshafts of General Motors, why am I not able to supply to General Motors?
Yeah.
Or if some company is making crankshafts for Nissan and they are our customers in India, we should as well supply to Nissan in Japan. And so there was a good amount of persistence approaching them. Definitely it was not a catwalk. It was very, very difficult. A Japanese would not even look at you. I have gone through all that experience.
Yeah.
So then we found our ways around, like hiring a Japanese. If Japanese doesn't look at me, he would at least listen to a Japanese who would convince him on the technology and etc. So we found the ways around to really reach out in the world.
Yeah.
Because export was our passion. There is enough market in India, even today. Today also there is enough market in India. Why are we exporting? Because we feel that we want to be the global best. That is a passion. That we don't want to be only the Indian. So that passion is driving us, to go global. And every step was challenging and we could learn a lot. And the export help you grow your company, actually. Each one of us will vouch that if you are approaching a demanding customer, a Japanese customer, definitely it is upbringing of your organization. So you should definitely do that to be able to grow within your company.
फार महत्वाची इन्साईट आहे ही. पण हे सगळं करत असताना एक स्त्री म्हणून तुम्हाला काही अडचणी आल्या का? कारण
I don't
मार्केटिंग
want this question.
नाही, कारण इतर स्त्रियांना तुमच्याकडनं याच्याबद्दल शिकावंसं वाटेल.
हा प्रश्न मला इतक्या वेळा विचारला गेला की म्हणून आय ऑलवेज होप की ऑन द स्टेज आय एम नॉट आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन बट एनिवे लेट मी से इट अगेन की म्हणजे माय व्हेरी फ्रँक आन्सर इज द चॅलेंजेस to run an industry or to be an entrepreneur are a lot. And so they are same for males and females. They themselves are quite a lot, developing a product, selling it. So where is the gender problem coming? I mean, it is a negligible problem. If at all there is a problem, it is, I think, negligible. The bigger problem is to compete. And to be able to compete in the world, to be able to sell, to be able to develop the products that market wants. These are big enough challenges. And they are the same for men and women. That is what I would answer. But yes, in the initial phases of my career, there were, like people didn't want to talk to me about machines and technical things. Like they felt that I'm not that. In fact, even today, somebody said, oh, you are the guest. chief guest. So maybe I don't look like a chief guest, whatever. But see, the thing is, when people hear you, when they know what you know, then the things change. So whatever these issues, they will come in the beginning of your career, but later on it will not come. But your question reminds me of one good thing from Pune only, which happened to me. Actually, there is a Parkhe Award, Maratha Chamber of Commerce, all of you know. Way back in 87, 88, I think 86, 87, we applied for the award. The award is for the product. It was incidentally the buffing machine, automatic buffing for cookware. And we applied for the award, and I came to Pune for interview at Maratha Chamber, to explain what we are doing. And there was a panel sitting in front, and one was Mr. Hastimalji Firodia. Mr. Hastimalji Firodia started saying, Madam, this award is for the product. It is not for a person. And this here is a machine. So can you ask some technical person to explain the machine? Okay, Mr. Firodia, Hastimalji Firodia. Then I said, I'm that person. You ask me any technical or commercial question, I will answer it. Ask me whatever you want. And then the interview went well. We got the award also. But but actually, the height is after this. The climax, I would tell you, is after that, after 5, 6 months, that time there was no fax also, or fax had just started. I received a letter from Phi Foundation that you are awarded a Phi Foundation award. I said, oh my goodness, what is it? Then I said, but I did not apply for it. Then I called them and I said, is it by mistake that you are sending this letter to me? They said, no. Then I said, who told you about me? I'm sitting in Aurangabad, quietly working in my small factory. I'm not talking to anybody like Phi Foundation people. They said, no ma'am, this award is not to be applied for, but somebody nominates you, like what you gave the awards. So Phi Foundation awards are like that. It is very, very important, very prestigious. Then I asked them, okay, tell me who has nominated me, because I just would like to know. And they said, Hastimalji Firodia. So the moral of the story is whatever you feel is a problem can be an opportunity.
Yes.
If my
Entrepreneurship.
husband would have gone for the interview, we would not get a Phi Foundation maybe. Because I was a woman, I had an advantage. I look at it like that. I never sat back saying that, oh, now I have this problem, that problem. Forget it. You have to come out and overcome, and there are lots of benefits of being females and women. I will not cite further examples because for the time constraint, but definitely, I mean, nowadays it's not like that.
Yeah.
Nowadays the things are changed. Yeah.
साधारण 2000 सालापर्यंत भारतीय उद्योगांमध्ये तुमचं नाव बऱ्यापैकी झालेलं होतं. तर यावेळेला तुम्ही ब्रँडिंगसाठी काही स्पेशल एफर्ट्स घेतले का? आणि ब्रँडिंगबद्दल जरा लोकांना महत्त्व सांगाल का?
This is a topic close to my heart. So thanks a lot for asking it. Yes, we did take the efforts for branding. ब्रँडिंगसाठी कसं आहे की इंटरनल आणि एक्सटर्नल असं दोन्ही एफर्ट्स घ्यायला लागतात. ब्रँडिंग इज नॉट ओनली मेकिंग अ लोगो. खूप लोकांना काय वाटतं की लोगो आणि कॅटलॉग इज अ ब्रँडिंग. तर इट्स रिअली नॉट लाईक दॅट. Your brand should be transmitted through your people. So if I talk a lot, advertise a lot, and my people behave exactly the other way, where will my brand go? It will go in dumps. So you have to walk the talk, in other words. So branding, to my mind, is a very elaborate exercise. So as you might have seen in our factory, we have a slogan which says 100 minus 1 is equal to 0. So 100 minus 1 is not 99, it is 0. So this culture every day, every minute has to be inculcated in the company. When you are a small company, it is easier. For example, when I'm making a quotation, when I'm discussing with a customer, I know exactly what to do. But when you have 300 people working, it becomes extremely important to transmit your values and your brand to the employees. And in fact, when you take the new people, also you have to see कि ये हमारे कल्चर में बैठेगा कि नहीं बैठेगा. Very important, very, very important. One. Number two, about branding, I have very strong feelings. And these strong feelings are, nowadays we talk, how do we create our brand outside India? Because we always face difficulties. Like I told you that a Japanese would not even look at me, forget asking me for RFQ or something. So creating that image was very, very challenging. But while doing that, I realized that what is our Indian brand even within India? I asked this question myself. Suppose I visit a customer and there is a German competitor visiting. Unfortunately, the Indian company looks at German as a great man and does not look at the Indian company equally well. So I think branding within India is also very important, that we Indian companies have to create a brand within ourselves also very strongly, that we are a very, very trustworthy brand. They have to look at us exactly like how they look at a German or a Japanese company. It is little bit difficult task, but I think this is how we work. While we build the brand, it is not only the marketing side of it, but also carrying that brand. So each person working in the company should carry the brand. That is important.
एक छोटासा प्रश्न. तुमचे चिरंजीव समीर हे आज समर्थपणे तुमच्या व्यवसायात नवीन स्वरूप देत आहेत, नवीन प्रॉडक्ट्स बनवत आहेत, जबाबदाऱ्या पेलत आहेत. हे सहजपणे घडलं का त्याच्यासाठी काही स्पेशली तुम्हाला करायला लागलं? आमच्यापैकी बऱ्याच जणांना हा प्रश्न पडतो म्हणून विचारतोय.
राईट, राईट. तसं म्हटलं तर हे सहज घडलेलं आहे असं म्हणता येईल, कारण आम्ही त्याला काही असं सांगितलं नाही की तू ह्याच व्यवसायात ये. ॲक्च्युली त्यांनी IITमध्ये टॉप केलं, म्हणजे ही इज अ गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट फ्रॉम IIT मुंबई. अँड देन ही डिड रोबॉटिक्स इन कॅलिफोर्निया. देन ही वर्कड इन स्वित्झर्लंड फॉर 2 years. आणि मग तो जॉब सोडून तो परत आला, म्हणजे अँड ही जॉईन्ड अवर कंपनी. तर मला ह्याच्यात कुठेतरी असं वाटतं की अपॉर्च्युनिटीज, म्हणजे असं म्हणणं ठीक आहे की ही वॉज इमोशनली अटॅच टू द फॅमिली, वी लिव्ह इन द जॉईंट फॅमिली, पण हे खरं कारण नाही होऊ शकत असं मला वाटतं. त्यांनीही हा प्रश्न विचारला असताना असंच उत्तर दिलं आहे की त्याला अपॉर्च्युनिटीज दिसल्या ग्राइंड मास्टरमध्ये, की इथे राहून मी टेक्नॉलॉजी डेव्हलप करीन आणि मी जगभर विकीन. आणि हे त्यांनी करूनही दाखवलं. मी मगाशी तुम्हाला सांगितलं त्याप्रमाणे रोबॉटिक फेटलिंग हे जे आहे कास्टिंगसाठी, जे आम्ही मोस्टली समीरनी डेव्हलप केलं आहे, तर ती टेक्नॉलॉजी आम्ही लायसन्स केली आहे टू USA. म्हणजे इट इज अ
रिव्हर्स टेक्नॉलॉजी ट्रान्सफर.
रिव्हर्स टेक्नॉलॉजी ट्रान्सफर. आणि ॲक्च्युली जेव्हा आम्ही एक्झिबिशन जर्मनीमध्ये ही टेक्नॉलॉजी घेऊन गेलो होतो, तेव्हा मला असं लक्षात आलं की बाकी ज्या 1-2 युरोपियन कंपन्या ही सोल्युशन करतात, दे आर मच स्मॉलर दॅन अस. दे आर मच स्मॉलर. 10-12 लोक काम करणाऱ्या कंपन्या आहेत आणि दे आर काइंड ऑफ रोबॉटिक इंटिग्रेटर्स. Whereas we are a machine builder, and that makes a big difference. Plus, we have a excellent process knowledge. So, I wanted to say that the process knowledge, process research is very important. It is not only the product दॅट मॅटर्स. पण प्रोसेस काय आहे त्याच्या मागची, म्हणजे आता आपण इंडस्ट्री 4.0 डिजिटल अशा सगळ्या खूप गोष्टी ऐकतो, पण द हार्ड कोर तुम्हाला जर चांगली प्रॉडक्ट बनवायची असतील तर प्रोसेस ही सगळ्यात जास्त इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. ती प्रोसेस आधी एस्टॅब्लिश करणं आणि मग ती केपेबिलिटी असणारं मशीन सिलेक्ट करणं हे खूप जास्त महत्त्वाचं असतं. आणि इथे थोडं इंडियन MSME थोडी कमी पडते असं मला वाटतं. ते म्हणजे सी बिकॉज वी आर वर्किंग विथ चायनीज कंपनीज ऑल्सो, आय ट्राय टू कम्पेअर. आणि तिथे चायनामध्ये काय एक स्केल चांगलं आहे, गव्हर्मेंट सबसिडीज खूप चांगल्या आहेत, त्यामुळे तिथला उद्योजक पटकिनी दुप्पट कपॅसिटीचा फॅक्टरी लावून टाकतो. कस्टमर नसतो त्याच्याकडे तरी लावतो आणि मग कस्टमर येतात. म्हणजे चायना म्हणून एवढं एक्सपोर्ट करतं आणि एवढं मोठं स्केल त्याला मिळतं. तर आता मला वाटतं ही योग्य वेळ आहे की भारतीय कंपन्यांनी आता जे ग्लोबलायझेशन झालेलं आहे किंवा चायना प्लस अपॉर्च्युनिटीज ज्या आहेत, रशिया वॉरच्या ज्या अपॉर्च्युनिटीज आहेत, त्या कॅपिटलाइज करायसाठी हिम्मत करून इन्व्हेस्टमेंट करायला पाहिजे इन द बेस्ट टेक्नॉलॉजी. आपल्याकडे बऱ्याच वेळा कसं थिंकिंग असतं की जाऊ दे आता हे आधी असं छोटं हे करून बघू, थोडा जुगाड करून बघू, थोडं कमी पैशात जे होईल ते करून बघू, अशी जी एक अप्रोच असतो तो बदलून आपल्याला मोठी झेप घ्यायला पाहिजे. मोठी झेप घेतली तर मार्केट आहे आजला तरी असं मला वाटतं. आणि समीरचं तुम्ही विचारलं तर समीरला त्याच अपॉर्च्युनिटीज इथे आहेत
दिसल्या
असं वाटलं आणि सो ही केम बॅक अँड वी आर हॅपी अबाउट इट. आणि मी तुम्हाला इथे दिसतेय तेही प्रॉब्लेमली नाव ही हॅज टेकन द चार्ज ऑफ माय कंपनी. आणि आय फील दॅट म्हणजे आता बिकॉज यू सेड की नाव द क्वेश्चन इज ऑफ हाऊ द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जेव्हा येते बिझनेसमध्ये, तर इथेही मला दिसतं की खूप वेळा त्यांना फ्रीडम दिलं जात नाही. तर आमच्याकडे आम्ही तसं दिलेलं आहे. म्हणजे मी आपण काय ॲडवाईस असेल तर मागितला तर द्यायचा, बट अदरवाईज लिव्ह इट टू देम. आय थिंक दे आर स्मार्टर. म्हणजे मला असं वाटतं की माझी इन्व्हॉल्वमेंट कंपनीतनं कमी झाल्यावर कंपनीचा चांगला विस्तार झाला. सो लेट अस गिव्ह इट टू देम असं मला वाटतं सिन्सिअरली. आणि द न्यू जनरेशन इज रिअली व्हेरी स्मार्ट. तर आपण आपण हे खाल्लेच ना, ठेचा आपण खाल्ल्या तसे तेही खातील. देर इज नथिंग रॉंग आपल्याला. सो दॅट फ्रीडम इज इम्पॉर्टंट.
आपण खालच्या लेवलला खाल्ल्या ठेचा, ते वरच्या लेवलला
हा वरच्या लेवलला खातील ते मे बी इट इज मोर एक्सपेन्सिव्ह. पण कसं आहे की ते फ्रीडम आवश्यक आहे असं आय ट्रूली बिलीव्ह दॅट. म्हणून ते खरंच देणं गरजेचं आहे.
मित्र, या गप्पा अशाच चालू राहाव्यात असं वाटेल, पण वेळेचं बंधन आहे. थोडं आपण वेळेच्या पुढेच गेलोय. तर आपण समारोपाकडे येऊया. मोहिनीजी, अगदी मनमोकळेपणाने तुम्ही गप्पा मारल्यात. तुमच्या या सगळ्या प्रवासातून आम्हाला सगळ्यांना खूप शिकण्यासारखं आहे. आमच्यापैकी अनुभवी उद्योजक आणि नव्याने बिझनेसमध्ये पडलेले उद्योजक सगळ्यांनाच याच्यातनं शिकायला मिळेल. आणि तरुण विद्यार्थ्यांनी, तरुणांनी याच्यातनं खूप स्फूर्ती घेण्यासारखं आहे. तर एंटरप्रेनर्सच्या तर्फे मी तुमचे आभार मानतो. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. थँक्स अ लॉट.
Thank you, Mrs. Kelkar and Mr. Bhave. Thank you. Now I request our chairman, Mr. Atul Kulkarni, to present guiding principles of JRD Tata to our chief guest. Now I call upon Mr. Subhash Mainkar, President and Entrepreneurs Club Pune First, on the stage to deliver vote of thanks.
Good evening. I'm here to express our vote of thanks. I'll go first, why at all we need to have a vote of thanks. Our team has been working for last maybe a month and a half to make this occasion a grand success. First of all, I wish to thank our trustees who had entrusted responsibility to the group of us to have this wonderful event organized. I thank our president, our chairman, Mr. Atul Kulkarni, being a part of this event, and all the trustees, the office bearer of the club, various clubs, Pune First, Baramati, Pimpri Chinchwad, and Nigri. I thank all our presidents of the club to whatever contributions they have shared with us. I'm not going in any chronology. I'm thanking whoever I'm thinking is in front. I thank Gaurav and his team for giving us wonderful presentation. I thank all the awardees to grace the occasion and being present over here. And I thank in particular our chief guest today, who has given us a lot of thought of wisdom, how we should do business and what care we should do in order to go into the international market. I thank all the people whose names I might have forgotten, and to all the people, the organizers of this hall, and all the members, and of course, you visitors. I thank you. Thank you. Next. Yeah, now we will have a Pasaidan, and then we will conclude our program. Thank you.
I request Mrs. Prajakta Kulkarni and Gaurav Joshi to be on stage. Thanks, Gaurav, for his contribution to this program. And thank you to Mrs. Prajakta Kulkarni in advance. And I request chief guests to felicitate them, please. Mrs. Prajakta Kulkarni. Mr. Gaurav. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Kevkar. As a tradition, we will conclude Entrepreneurs Day celebration with Pasaidan.
आता विश्वात्मके देवे